welcome to WatchMojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the most iconic tunes by the genre-defining British five-piece Coldplay. Number 20. Every Teardrop is a Waterfall.
I turn the music up, I got my records on, I shut the world outside until the lights come on.
Perhaps most notable for its springy, elastic guitar riff, Every Teardrop finds Coldplay at their most joyful. Its infectious vibes are highly contagious, and we can't imagine not leaping to our feet every time the aforementioned riff pops up. Based on Peter Allen's I Go to Rio and partially inspired by the score of the 2010 Spanish-language film Beautiful, the song is about persevering in the face of adversity and hardship, and a welcome reminder that something beautiful can grow even in darkness. A top 10 hit on the UK singles chart, Every Teardrop illustrates the band's gift for churning out anthems. Number 19. Charlie Brown.
Took a car downtown where the lost boys meet.
Compared by Rolling Stone magazine to the anthemic works of U2, Bruce Springsteen, and Arcade Fire, Charlie Brown bears the distinctive stamp of propulsive 2010s indie rock, while still sounding uniquely like Coldplay.
All the boys, all the girls, all the matters in the world.
Over a crashing, invigorating instrumental, Chris Martin encourages the song's listeners to live life out loud, to carpe that diem without abandon. Simply put, Charlie Brown is one of those songs that makes you feel alive when it comes on shuffle. The titular cartoon character, who isn't name-dropped in the song, could probably take a page or two from Martin's book.
We'll run wild. We'll be glowing in the dark.
Number 18. Midnight. Ever masters of the moody and atmospheric, this promo single from the 2010 album Ghost Stories takes on a twinkly, starry vibe that's well suited to its title. Chris Martin's evocative, heavily processed vocals are reminiscent of the work of not only Enya, but Justin Vernon and his band Bon Iver. Over the course of 5 suspenseful minutes, Midnight builds from a whisper to a rather pleasant thumping roar. It is satisfying, but at the same time, leaves the listener wanting more. Any chance Coldplay has thought about making a 10-minute version a la Taylor Swift's All Too Well? Number 17. A Sky Full of Stars.
I don't care if you do.
How many EDM bangers have you heard that name both Katy Perry and Nirvana as influences? That description probably only applies to A Sky Full of Stars, co-produced by the late Swedish DJ Avicii. The two artists' creative sensibilities are a shockingly good match that might not seem obvious on paper, but in execution feels entirely natural.
'Cause you're a sky full of stars.
Far from a publicity stunt on Coldplay's part, A Sky Full of Stars deftly combines Coldplay's stirring sentimentality with Avicii's trademark bombast to thrilling effect, with the latter taking over Chris Martin's piano playing duties on the song. After Avicii's tragic 2018 passing, this song serves as a fitting tribute to the house music giant's considerable legacy. Number 16. Sparks.
Did I drive you away? Well, I know what you'll say.
As you'll see the further we go, Coldplay not only does rousing piano ballads to perfection, they're also masters of cozy, intimate acoustic pieces. This fan-favorite deep cut is a plainly expressed cry for redemption on Martin's part, begging a lover to take him back after a deep heartbreak.
And I know I was wrong, but I won't let you down.
Calling to mind the works of the late great Elliott Smith, the song was almost entirely recorded live and captures the band in a completely different mode than what fans are used to. Not that that's a bad thing. Restraint sounds good on them.
I saw a spark. Yeah, I saw a spark.
Number 15. Paradise.
When she was just a girl, she expected the world.
A certified smash hit inherently meant to be belted by music festival attendees, Paradise is Coldplay at their poppiest. Intended by the band as a winner song for the singing competition reality show The X Factor, Coldplay drummer Will championed the song, insisting to Chris Martin that they had a hit on their hands that would be foolish to give away. It's a good thing that Martin clearly respects Champion's opinion. Paradise became yet another belt notch for the band. The song reached number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100 and was warmly received by critics, who compared its genre-spanning sound to acts as disparate as Rihanna and British indie rockers Friendly Fires. Number 14. Let Somebody Go.
We had a kind of love, I thought that it would never end.
This collaboration with pop icon and Only Murders in the Building star Selena Gomez is proof that sometimes we get by with a little help from our friends. In their nearly 30 years as a band, Coldplay has never stopped daring to switch up their sound, as evidenced by this ballad.
All the storms we weathered, everything that we went through.
While it has all the bones of a classic Coldplay song, low-key piano, an unabashedly sentimental vibe, and Chris Martin's patented falsetto, it also seamlessly incorporates 21st century pop songwriting and techniques. Case in point, the American producer Metro Boomin, better known for his hard-hitting collaborations with rappers like Future and Young Thug, has a songwriting credit on Let Somebody Go.
It hurts like so to let somebody go.
Number 13. Strawberry Swing.
We were sitting on the strawberry swing.
This isn't the first example of Coldplay employing world music influences that we'll be going over on this list. However, it's definitely one of the most striking. If you didn't know this song was by Coldplay, you might think it was a forgotten Paul Simon or Peter Gabriel tune. That's due to the song's pronounced African influences, which Chris Martin has attributed to time spent in Zimbabwe. The singer's mother hails from there. Comfortingly nostalgic and heartbreaking in a way that's more felt than spoken, Strawberry Swing conjures up memories of an idyllic childhood, as well as the bittersweet realization that we can't go back there.
It's such a perfect day.
Number 12. God Put a Smile Upon Your Face.
Where do we go? Nobody knows.
While Coldplay is perhaps best known for their tear-jerking ballads, this grunge-tinged, unsettling stomper is a wonderfully welcome exception to the rule. As per Chris Martin, the band was looking to move their sound in a heavier direction, influenced by musicians like PJ Harvey and fellow British rock band Muse. The result of Martin and Coldplay bassist Guy Berryman jamming it out in the studio, the song also evokes Nirvana and early Radiohead before exploding into classic Coldplay for its chorus. A deep cut beloved by fans, God Put a Smile Upon Your Face is a perfect example of the band zigging when you expect them to zag.
God put a smile upon my face.
Number 11. Talk.
You can take a picture of something you see.
Coldplay's dominance of the mid-2000s alternative rock scene was emphasized with this song, which builds on the 80s influences common in the genre by interpolating the riff of Computer Love by Kraftwerk. What results is a dusty, atmospheric barn burner that bears similarities to The Killers, the band's contemporaries.
Are you lost or incomplete?
Talk most clearly demonstrates, however, Coldplay's ability to wear their influences on their sleeve without it sounding derivative or reheated. Stressing the need for communication in an ever-fragmenting society, Talk is the sound of a rock band simply trying to make sense of it all.
Nothing's really making any sense at all. Let's talk.
Number 10. Arabesque.
I could be you, you could be me.
It probably goes without saying at this point that Coldplay is pretty well known for their penchant for experimenting with their sound. Arabesque is tangible proof of that. It somehow combines disparate elements of world music that shouldn't work together, nor should they sound like Coldplay, but pulls this off in a way that seems totally effortless. One of only 2 singles from the album Everyday Life, Arabesque could play on pretty much any radio station around the world without sounding out of place. We challenge you not to get out of your seat and dance once that climactic, hypnotizing crescendo starts up.
Music is the weapon. Music is the weapon of the future. Music is the weapon.
Number 9. Don't Panic.
Bones sinking like stones, all that we fall for.
The final single from Parachutes, the band's debut album, proved that they had the goods right from the get-go. Case in point, Don't Panic is one of Coldplay's earliest written songs, and it is a clear showcase of all the elements that fans would come to love about the lads. A subtle but gorgeous guitar line, lightly psychedelic vibes, and heartfelt lyrics that were allegedly inspired by an awkward date that Martin went on.
We live in a beautiful world.
Interestingly enough, Don't Panic is the rare Coldplay song that features a lead vocal contribution from someone other than Martin. In this case, guitarist Johnny Buckland. It's both too short and the perfect length.
Homes, places we've grown, all of us are done for.
Number 8. Shiver.
So I look in your direction, but you pay me no attention, do you?
Leave it to Chris Martin, of all people, to write the Gen X to Carly Simon's You're So Vain. Since the song's 2000 release, speculation has endured as to the song's subject, which Martin has confirmed is indeed about a real person and not a fabrication created for Shiver.
Did you want me to change? Well, I changed for good.
Whatever his inspiration might have been, the Parachute single is definitely universal in the themes it tackles, particularly unrequited love and the pitfalls of modern romance. As if Martin wasn't bummed out enough in the writing of the song, he's described it as Coldplay's, quote, most blatant rip-off song. In this case, late singer-songwriter Jeff Buckley. Don't be so hard on yourself, Chris. We think Shiver would have made Buckley proud.
And it's you I say, but you don't say me.
Number 7. In My Place.
In my place, were lines that I couldn't change.
We will be talking about Yellow a bit more later on, but after that song's massive global success, Coldplay was tasked with the Herculean effort of trying to follow it up. With this song, it's pretty clear that they succeeded. In My Place swaps out the distorted guitars of Yellow with Will Champion's pounding, instantly memorable drums. Although those drums come crashing in, the rest of the band subverts the listener's expectations by delivering another yearning, Oasis-esque alt-rock ballad. Martin's poetic lyrics hint at a relationship that he must salvage through his pleading cries. It's quite literally classic Coldplay.
Singing, please, 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 come back and sing to me.
Number 6. Magic.
Call it magic. I'm with you.
The first single from Coldplay's 6th album, Magic succinctly shows off the band's knack for adapting to the times. A sweet, deceptively simple ballad with light R&B influences, Magic burns slowly over the course of 5 minutes, drawing the listener in without them ever realizing it.
And I don't, and I don't, and I don't, and I don't. No, I don't, it's true.
The song takes all the things we've known the band to excel at over the years and adjusts them for the 2010s, serving as a mellow, healing balm to Coldplay's more dramatic, explosive epics. Magic draws from every era of their sound, from the guitar-focused sound of their earlier albums to the experimental, psychedelic electronics of Viva La Vita.
Still believe in magic. Well, yes, I do.
Speaking of which, number 5, Viva La Vita.
I used to rule the world. Seas would rise when I gave the word.
Coldplay's first #1 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 not only sounded unusual when compared to the band's output at the time, but compared to anything else on the radio even to this day. Instead of their usual guitar, bass, drums, vocal dynamic, the song is famously driven by that unforgettable string section riff, with only minimal contributions from the band's traditional lineup. Listeners were won over, however, by the band's boldness and willingness to explore unfamiliar sonic territory. This is, of course, in addition to the song's epic subject matter, which Chris Martin has said was inspired by the turbulent life of Mexican painter Frida Kahlo. Take note, rock musicians, taking creative risks pays off. Number 4. Yellow.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you.
Has such an iconic rock song ever developed out of a bunch of dudes just messing around in the studio? Fittingly inspired by A Beautifully Starry Night, Chris Martin improv'd that now famous vocal melody.
You know I love you so.
Oh, and this was while doing an impromptu Neil Young impression, which Martin attributed to the inclusion of the word stars. According to him, it, quote, seemed like a word you should sing in a Neil Young voice. Furthermore, Martin has publicly admitted that the word yellow has no inherent meaning within the song, and was simply what sounded good at the time. Powered by Johnny Buckland's churning guitar riff, Yellow arose from inconspicuous origins to help put Coldplay on the map.
Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for you.
Number 3. Clocks. Be honest, the second you heard the title song, that famous propulsive piano riff immediately started playing in your head. Clocks serves as an important lesson to listen to your friends/creative collaborators. Phil Harvey, the band's manager and officially credited 5th member, ensured Chris Martin didn't discard the song due to his own dissatisfaction.
Lights go out and I can't be saved. Tides that I tried to swim against.
Harvey also contributed the song's outro guitar melody by whistling it to Johnny Buckland, as Harvey doesn't play the instrument himself. Reworked and re-recorded just 2 months before the album's release, Clocks showcases the band's natural talent for perfectly coordinated emotional build-ups.
Where I wanted to go.
Number 2. The Scientist.
Come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry.
Coldplay is renowned for their skill in crafting powerful piano ballads. An ode to the trials and tribulations that come with becoming close to another person, The Scientist beautifully details the challenges, both big and small, that come as part and parcel with love.
No one ever said it would be this hard.
Asked to comment on the song's meaning, Chris Martin explained that despite its expansive sound, The Scientist was inspired by the all-too-common feeling that despite, quote, whatever else is on your mind, the thing that always gets you most is when you fancy someone. Never has being vulnerable and opening your heart to someone sounded like a more appealing choice.
I'm going back to the start.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Fix You.
When you try your best but you don't succeed.
Arguably Coldplay's signature song, Fix You is an emotional roller coaster with a lifetime's worth of feeling packed into 5 all-too-brief minutes. Reportedly inspired by Martin's ex-wife, the Oscar winner Gwyneth Paltrow, Fix You resonates with themes of loss and healing. For context, Gwyneth's father, filmmaker Bruce Paltrow, had passed away 3 years prior, just weeks before Martin and Paltrow first met.
Lights will guide you home.
While Fix You is straightforwardly about helping someone else to process their grief, its ringing guitars, plaintive piano, and almost choral harmonies elevate the song's already moving message into a modern-day hymn. Fix You implores listeners to, in the wake of tragedy, get up, shake off the rust, and press on forward. We're not crying, you are.
I will try to fix you.
What's your favorite Coldplay song? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, you could be someone special.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.